took the Earth's population 100,000 years to reach 1 billion people. And then just 100 more to reach 2 billion. And only 50 years to double again to 4 billion people in 1970. We're nearly at 8 billion now. It's called exponential doubling, and it is a bitch. So, how far along are we? Bartlett gives the example of a beaker with a single bacterium in it, one that divides and doubles every minute. If you place the first bacterium into the beaker at 11 o'clock, and it's completely full by 12, at what time is the beaker still only half full? 11:59. That's what time it is for us. In 40 years, 32 billion people will fight to survive. They'll fail. We're a minute to midnight. Every single global ill that plagues the Earth can be traced back to human overpopulation, but serious birth control measures, they don't stand a chance. Outrageous violation of my rights, invasion of my privacy. Don't tell me what to do. And still, we keep attacking our own environment. We clear cut. We dump. We consume. We destroy. Half the animal variants on Earth have vanished in the past 40 years. They're done. Finished. Not coming back. And still we keep going. There have been 5 major extinctions in the Earth's history. And unless we take bold, immediate action, the 6th extinction will be our own.
Looks like he's got a lot of followers.
Yeah, from all over the world.
Well, the salt cells are obliterated. Let's look at the base. Oh, my God.
You want me to, take a sample, or
Yeah, I want you to move away from the table.
should I call someone?
Call everyone.
Better maps of Mars than we do of our own sea.
Come closer. Come on, Fishy.
Come on. Come over here. Boys, stop them.
Come on. Hi, Fishy. Hi. My name's Osborne. What's yours? You guys hungry?
Check it out.
Me too.
Arthur is talking to the fish.
Such a freak, Arthur.
What are you gonna do about it, freak?
Stop it! Don't freak!
Chinese. I didn't think it was possible. Not in the time we had.
That's arc number 3, sir. The roof collapsed on it during the shifting.
How are all these people chosen?
Same way your art was. By experts from all over the world. We had geneticists determine the perfect gene pool we need to repopulate.
These people were chosen by geneticists?
All green card holders, please proceed to gallery D4.
Looks to me like their checkbooks got them on board.
That's right, Dr. Wilson. Without billions of dollars from the private sector, this entire operation would have been impossible.
We sold tickets. What about all these workers? They all get passes?
What? Life isn't fair? Is that it? You want to donate your passes to a couple of Chinese workers? You be my guest. Captain, I want a pre-launch briefing. All international teams present.
Time's running out.
Where to next?
Final level of the hives below us.
How do we get down there?
Like so.
What are they?
Cryogenic storage.
Must be thousands of them.
The Umbrella High Command. Waiting out the apocalypse in safety. Noah's Ark for the rich. Powerful.
Probably just talking to a tree right now. But if you're there, I need to give you a heads up. If Grace is with you, look into her memories. See the world we come from. There's no green there. They killed their mother. And they're gonna do the same here. More sky people are gonna come. They're gonna come like a rain that never ends. Unless we stop them. Look, you chose me for something. I will stand and fight. You know I will. But I need a little help here.
Our great mother does not take sides, Jake. She...
It's time to go home.
David!
uninhabited and uncharted.
Listen to me.
But it looks like a lovely place to spend your last days.
David, just the monitor is acting as an antenna. It isn't just receiving tachyons. It is taking a possible future and making it
amplifying it, transmitting it, like a feedback loop.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy that's coming from right there.
But it's not just showing people the end of the world. It's giving them the idea over and over and over again until they just accept
time
it.
bomb, and we're the ones that lit the fuse.
We still have 58 days to try and change things, but nothing will work as long as that thing is still on.
Young lady, I'm going to assume that your knowledge of tachyonic fusion is a little sketchy. Shutting it down is impossible. There is no off.
I'm telling you what it's doing. Why don't you care?
Because he's the one that's doing it. Right?
Let's imagine. If you glimpsed the future and were frightened by what you saw, what would you do with that information? You would go to who? Politicians? Captains of industry? And how would you convince them? Data? Facts? Good luck. The only facts they won't challenge are the ones that keep the wheels greased and the dollars rolling in. But what if there was a way of skipping the middleman and putting the critical news directly into everyone's head? The probability of widespread annihilation kept going up. The only way to stop it was to show it, to scare people straight. Because what reasonable human being wouldn't be galvanized by the potential destruction of everything they've ever known or loved? To save civilization, I would show its collapse. But how do you think this vision was received? How do you think people responded to the prospect of imminent doom? They gobbled it up like a chocolate eclair. They didn't fear their demise, they repackaged it. It can be enjoyed as video games, as TV shows, books, movies. The entire world wholeheartedly embraced the apocalypse and sprinted towards it with gleeful abandon. Meanwhile, your Earth was crumbling all around you. You've got simultaneous epidemics of obesity and starvation. Explain that one. Bees and butterflies start to disappear. The glaciers melt. Algae blooms all around you. The coal mine canaries are dropping dead, and you won't take the hint. In every moment, there is the possibility of a better future, but you people won't believe it. And because you won't believe it, you won't do what is necessary to make it a reality. So you dwell on this terrible future and you resign yourselves to it. For one reason, because that future doesn't ask anything of you today. So, yes, we saw the iceberg, we warned the Titanic. But you all just steered for it anyway, full steam ahead. Why? Because you want to sink. You gave up. That's not the Monitor's fault. That's yours.
Look, we don't know what we're walking into, so we do what they say. Okay? They move, we move. If they stop, we stop. If things were to get crazy, just focus on their boots, focus on their voices, we'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are hammers. And to hammers, everything looks like nails.
I heard that.
You were meant to. So you see something that's important, you call it out. We'll make it happen.
Okay.
Think we're gonna find anything?
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna find something. Mother Nature is a serial killer. No one's better
more creative. Like all serial killers, she can't help the urge to want to get caught. What good are all those brilliant crimes if no one takes the credit? So she leaves crumbs. Now the hard part, while you spend a decade in school, is seeing the crumbs for the clues there. Sometimes the thing you thought was the most brutal aspect of the virus turns out to be the chink in its armor. And she loves disguising her weaknesses as strengths. She's a bitch.
With Manchukuo now firmly in their grasp, the Japanese soon controlled most of North China. By 1937, they were ready to strike south at the heart of the country. The attack on Shanghai was one of the first civilian bombing raids in history. It left thousands homeless, thousands dead. Three months later, Japanese armies were besieging the provisional capital at Nanking. And when the city fell, the atrocities began. Trying to terrorize the rest of China into surrender, the Japanese High Command ordered a massacre. More than 200,000 civilians were systematically executed. The world watched in horror, but no help was given. On December the 7th, 1941, Japan attacked the American fleet at Pearl Harbor. There was no warning. Manchukuo, the Japanese bastion in North China, was still ruled by the puppet Emperor Wu Yi. But behind the facade of triumph was a country enslaved. A country where Japanese experiments in biological warfare were carried out on live human beings. A country where opium production became the easiest way to finance the war. Millions of people were deliberately turned into drug addicts. Nine days after the bomb at Hiroshima, on August 15, 1945, Emperor Hirohito announced the surrender of Japan. It was the first time his voice had ever been heard on radio.
他のみならず敵は新たに残虐なる爆弾を使用して地形に向こうを殺傷し、残骸の及ぶところ真にかかるべからざるに至る。しかもなお抗戦を継続せんか、ついに我が民族の滅亡を将来するのみならず、ひいて人類の文明をも生み出すべし。核の軍馬金何をもってが特徴の石種を欲し、放送の神霊に所詮や、これ
You must get to Tokyo, Your Majesty. You must surrender to the Americans, not the Russians. The communists will kill everyone.
50,000 years ago, mankind faced its first major threat of extinction, a devastation wrought by nature, the Ice Age. It lasted 5,000 years, rendered 4/5 of the Earth's surface uninhabitable, and wiped out all but the hardiest of nature's creations. One of these few was man. From that devastation dawned a new age and a new hope. Phoenix-like, man arose from the frozen wilderness and set forth upon his dream. Mankind has endured many catastrophes since then, but none so grave as the one which faces him today. The economic crisis of the past decade has brought inflation, famine, and chaos to every corner of the globe. Some label it the Great Recession. Others are calling it Armageddon, that final upheaval of the world foretold by the prophets of old. But amid all the pessimism, one voice rings out its faith in the future. Thorn, the world's leading light in building a new tomorrow.